We live in a world addicted to excuses. A world where everyone wants results, respect, success, power, but almost no one wants responsibility. People wake up every day already prepared to justify why their life isn't where it should be. They blame their childhood, their parents, their government, their boss, the economy, the timing, the system, anything but themselves. Because the moment you accept responsibility, you lose the right to complain. And most people would rather complain forever than face the truth for 5 seconds. Responsibility is terrifying to weak minds because it exposes reality. It strips away the lies you tell yourself at night to sleep peacefully. It forces you to look at your life and admit that many of the things you hate today were built by decisions you made or decisions you avoided. And avoidance is still a choice. Silence is still a decision. Running is still an action. Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they refuse ownership. Pressure doesn't create character. Pressure reveals it. When everything is calm, everyone looks confident. When applause is loud, everyone pretends to be strong. But when the pressure hits, when the attacks come, when consequences arrive, when the world turns against you, that's when the mask falls. That's when excuses show up. That's when people disappear, hide, deflect, deny, and rewrite reality just to protect their ego. Trump lived under constant pressure, endless criticism, endless attacks, endless resistance. And whether you admire him or despise him, one fact remains unavoidable. When decisions had consequences, he didn't vanish. He didn't dissolve into silence. He didn't pretend someone else was responsible. He stood in front of the outcome. Not because it was comfortable, not because it was safe, but because responsibility is the price of leadership. This is not about politics. This is about human behavior under fire. Because leaders don't run when things collapse. Leaders absorb pressure. Leaders accept the weight. Leaders say, I made the call. I'll carry the consequences. Most people want authority without accountability, power without responsibility, status without sacrifice. They want the reward without the burden, the title without the weight, the image without the discipline. And that illusion is exactly why their lives feel empty, unstable, and out of control. The moment you reject responsibility, you hand your life to external forces. You become reactive instead of decisive. You wait instead of act. You complain instead of build. And here is the brutal truth no one wants to hear. Every excuse you accept today is a future you destroy tomorrow. Every time you say, it's not my fault, you shrink. Every time you avoid responsibility, you weaken your identity. Because strength is not built by comfort. Strength is built by carrying weight. Responsibility is not punishment. Responsibility is power. It is the moment you stop being a victim of circumstances and become the architect of outcomes. It is the moment you stop waiting for permission and start acting with intention. Responsibility means you no longer need someone to save you because you decided to save yourself. Being a man, being mature, being strong, none of that is about noise, dominance, aggression, or proving something to the world. It is about standing still under pressure and saying, this ends with me. It is about absorbing chaos and transforming it into order. It is about carrying what others drop. That is why responsibility separates boys from men, followers from leaders, weakness from strength. The moment you take full responsibility for your life, something radical happens. Your fear starts losing control over you. Your excuses start sounding ridiculous. Your problems stop looking like enemies and start looking like tests. Pressure no longer breaks you, it forges you. And slowly, almost violently,
you realize that the weight you avoided your entire life is the exact thing you needed to become dangerous, disciplined, and unshakable. Weak people avoid responsibility because it exposes them. Strong people seek responsibility because it sharpens them. Trump took responsibility when many would have run, not because it guaranteed victory, not because it protected his image, but because leaders don't escape the consequences of their choices. And now the question is no longer about Trump. It never was. The real question is standing right in front of you. When life puts pressure on your shoulders, when things go wrong, when excuses are easy, will you take responsibility? Or will you keep hiding behind reasons that change nothing? Because responsibility is the line, and once you cross it, there is no going back.